In this presentation, we are going to see about the stagnation properties. In last session, we saw the introduction of one-dimensional compressible flow. Now, about the stagnation properties. Here, we consider a fluid flowing into the diffuser at a velocity, temperature, pressure, and enthalpy. Here, the ordinary properties T, P, H are called as the static properties, and they are measured relative to the flow at the flow velocity. In the diffuser is sufficiently long and the exit area is sufficiently large, then the fluid is brought to rest, that is the zero velocity at the diffuser exit. There no work or heat transfer is done. So this resulting state is called the stagnation state. You can see in the picture. In next slide, we are going to apply the first law per unit mass for first entrance and exit, and we are going to neglect the potential energies. The equation will be like this: Q plus H plus V square by 2, which is equal to W plus H naught plus V naught square by 2. The subscript 0, that is naught, represents the stagnations. Since the exit velocity, the work and heat transfer tends to 0, the remaining expressions will be H naught is equal to H plus V square by 2. The term H naught is called the stagnation enthalpy. It is the enthalpy that the fluid attains when brought to rest adiabatically while no work is done. In next slide, you can able to see the graph which is plotted between the enthalpy and entropy. In this, the isentropic stagnation state, the actual stagnation state, and the actual state is mentioned through the curves. You can see, if in addition the process is also reversible, the process is isentropic and the inlet and the exit entropies are equal. Therefore, the relation is S naught is equal to S. The stagnation enthalpy and the entropy define the stagnation state and the isentropic stagnation pressure P naught. The actual stagnation pressure for irreversible flows will be somewhat less than the isentropic stagnation pressure. That you can see the top curves are represented in P naught and P naught actual. Can see that P naught actual is somewhat lesser than the P naught, that is isentropic stagnation state. In next slide, we are going to see about the speed of sound and Mach number. The important parameter for studying of compressible flow is the speed of sound. It is otherwise called as the sonic speed, which is the speed at which infinitely small pressure wave travels through a medium. The pressure wave may be changed by the smaller disturbance where it creates a slight rise in local pressure. To obtain this relation for the speed of sound in a medium, we are considering a duct that is filled with a fluid at rest. Here we consider a piston, how it goes and it comes out. So while moving downer to the extreme, it gives the original thermodynamic properties like H, P, rho. And for the upper region, we'll be considering the smaller incremental area as H plus dH, P plus dP, and rho plus dou P. In next slide, we'll be going to see in a detail. A piston which is fitted in a duct is now moved to a right with a constant incremental velocity dV, which creates a sonic wave. The wave front moves to the right through the fluid at the speed of sound and separates the moving fluid adjacent to the piston from the fluid still at rest. The speed of sound is represented as small c. While the fluid on the right of the wave front maintains its original thermodynamic properties, that only I mentioned in the before slide, that is H rho T. To simplify the analysis, consider a control volume that encloses the wavefront and moves with it. To an observer traveling with the wavefront, the fluid to the right will appear to be moving toward the wavefront with a speed of c, and the fluid to the left to be moving away from the wavefront with a speed of c minus dv. In next slide, you can see control volume which is traveling with the wavefront. Here we are going to write the mass balance equation for a steady flow process. The expression like m dot right which is equal to m dot left, that is mass flow rate at the right which is equal to mass flow rate at the left. Your expression will be for general mass flow rate, that is m naught will be rho AC. So writing the same relation as rho AC for right side, and for left side we will mentioning rho plus d rho A into C minus dV. In next slide, we are cancelling the cross-sectional area and neglecting the higher order terms. So, your equation reduces to C d rho minus rho dV which is equal to 0. Here, no heat or work crosses the boundaries of control volume during the steady flow process, and the potential energy changes can be neglected. So, your steady flow energy balance will be E in is equal to E out. So, your equation becomes H plus C square by 2 is equal to H plus dH plus C minus dV square by 2. So, altogether you can able to write as H plus C square by 2 which is equal to H plus dH, and expanding your C minus dV the whole square, as we know A minus B the whole square format. So, according to that we are expanding as C square minus 2C dV plus dV square by 2. So, here we are neglecting the terms dV square and cancelling the common terms, we get dH minus C dV is equal to 0. In next slide, we are going to apply the continuity equation. We know what is continuity equation, that is m dot which is equal to rho AV. For control volume, the expression will be rho AC is equal to rho plus d rho A into C minus dV. So, multiply the A throughout the two sides. So, you will be getting rho AC is equal to A into rho C minus rho dV plus C d rho minus d rho dV. So, cancelling the common terms and neglecting the higher order terms like d rho dV, we get C d rho minus rho dV is equal to 0. Now, consider a thermodynamic property relation. Writing for dH is dTds plus VdP. So, for V we know 1 by rho. So, your equation like dH is equal to TdS plus 1 by rho into dP. Next slide, you are assuming the process to be isentropic. So, for isentropic, ds is equal to 0. So, write the equation like dH is equal to 1 by rho dP. Now, using the result of first law, your equation will be like dH is equal to 1 by rho dP which is equal to C dV. From continuity equation, we write dV as C d rho by rho. Now, we have altogetherly writing the equation like 1 by rho dP is equal to C into C d rho by rho. In next slide, you can able to see for the value for C square, that is dP by d rho. Since the process is assumed to be isentropic, the above relation, that is C square, becomes dou P by dou rho with respect to S is equal to C square. Again, we are using the thermodynamic property relations and writing for C square as K into dou P by dou rho with respect to T. Here, the K represents the specific heat, that is the ratio of specific heats, that is K is equal to Cp by Cv. Next slide, you can able to see with the diagram, that is for nozzle and diffuser. When the Mach is lesser than 1, you can able to see in a first figure, when Mach is lesser than 1, what happens to pressure, velocity, Mach, T and rho. For when Mach is lesser than 1, the pressure and temperature and density decreases, whereas velocity and Mach increases. Likewise, for subsonic diffuser, when Mach is lesser than 1, your velocity and Mach decreases, whereas pressure, temperature and density increases. Likewise, you can able to see for supersonic flow for nozzle and diffuser. Thank you.